guys, Matt here and welcome to my fragrance obsession. In tonight's episode we are going to explore the house of Davidoff, a house which I really appreciate so much in terms of all of my fragrances. Davidoff is a company which really stands out ever since they released their all-time classic, if you like, the one and only Cool Water. But the fragrance that we're going to talk about tonight is not Cool Water. In fact, the fragrance is sort of the opposite of Cool Water. It's a fragrance that came out in 2009. And it's considered an oriental woody, so it's not an aquatic fragrance like what Cool Water is, so it makes a little bit of sense, I guess. So this one is much more warmer, it's not quite as fresh as Cool Water, and I'm really looking forward to reviewing this. This is Hot Water. What can I tell you about this fragrance? Well, it was launched in 2009. The perfumer for it is unknown. I've looked everywhere to see who designed this scent. Could not find any names whatsoever, so yeah. Here's what the box looks like. Pretty cool looking box, I guess. It's just looks pretty plain. I mean, we get red box here, we get Davidoff along the top there in silver writing, we get Hot Water in black writing, Eau de Toilette natural spray underneath, and we get 2 fluid ounce 60 ml. And of course it's the same on the back, but it's got natural spray in French under there and just whatnot. So yeah, it's even got the ingredients here on the side here, so it's just natural ingredients, you know, alcohol, aqua, water, eau parfum, you know, fragrance, all the usual stuff. The bottle, I don't think is really that bad. I've seen a lot of reviews for this fragrance on YouTube and Base Notes. A lot of people have, you know, really slated the bottle for just being plain boring. I can see why, but I don't think it's the worst looking bottle in the world. I mean, it's pretty cool, really. I like the red color, and I really like this sort of opaque pattern on the side here. It kind of reminds me of a grip. Even though it doesn't work as a grip, it gives that sort of effect. Cap is actually really cheap plastic. We get the atomizer there, but it does hold in place really well. Atomizer is absolutely amazing. I've already got this fragrance on my skin, but we will patch it up. As you saw, the spray there was absolutely great. Gives you a great amount of juice. Distribution is faultless. So yeah, that's what this fragrance is. Bottle design is pretty cool. Now, what else can I tell you about this fragrance? Well, it does have one flanker, and that flanker came out in 2012, and it's called Hot Water Night. I haven't actually tried it, so I don't know a lot about it, but I have got a few of its notes here if you're interested. That fragrance features juniper berries, rose, oud, and amber. Definitely different from this one, but it's the same type of scent. It's a warm fragrance, a little bit like this one. But I like the idea of the flanker a little bit better than this one. You know, that oud and the rose and the amber. It sounds a little bit more appealing. But the notes list on this one is still not bad. We will get into it in just a second. Now, of course, Cool Water is the most famous fragrance from this company. Ever since it came out in 1988, it has been so popular to the fragrance community. Everybody, I think, who collects fragrances, loves to wear cologne, has this in their collection. This is I think this is 75 ml, and as you can see, I need to get some more. Definitely, I need to repatch myself. This is all I used to wear when I was about 15, 16. I used to wear this all the time in the summer, and for a good reason. I still do wear it in this. I still did used to wear it in the summer. Sorry guys, I'm slurring my words terribly tonight. I'm really tired. But yes, that is Cool Water, and tonight we are going to be talking about its next one, which is this one. So this one it's not quite a flanker. Calling them flankers would be a bit strange. I think this one is it's a different fragrance altogether, but I think what Davidoff are trying to do is they're trying to push this fragrance a little bit further by thinking, ooh, So, you know, to somebody who's not into fragrance will see this on the shelf and they'll be like, okay, is that Cool Water? Oh no, Hot Water. That's different. Let's see if it compares to Cool Water. And if they don't like it, they're going to go for the Cool Water, that type of thing. So it's all to do with, you know, pushing sales and whatnot. But I actually think this is a good fragrance. It doesn't get a lot of positive reviews on Base Notes and Fragrantica, which I've noticed. But, yeah, I mean, it's a generic fragrance in my opinion. It's casual, but it's definitely not a terrible one. I don't think it deserves all the hate it gets. So let's get into this. Now, in terms of the notes for Hot Water by Davidoff, in the top we get absinthe and red basil. In the middle we get pimento and patchouli. And in the base we get styrax and benzoin. So there's a few notes in this fragrance which give me the colour red. You know, that pimento and the red basil. It sort of screams red, you know, especially with that pimento note, of course, is a red pepper, red cherry pepper as they're called. Definitely has that sort of red vibe, especially with that red basil. I mean, come on. But yes, as soon as you apply this fragrance, you get this sort of generic smell. I'm not going to lie, it's sort of generic, but I suppose there is a bit of a booziness in the opening. I'm guessing it comes from the absinthe. It's not like a sharp alcohol smell though, so if you see the absinthe, don't worry, it's not like an alcohol sort of, horrible smell. It's boozy. It's like a boozy sort of rum note more than anything, I would say. It smells more like a rum than an absinthe, but very warm smell overall. In terms of the middle notes, pimento and patchouli. Patchouli is not quite strong in this fragrance, so if you're thinking of something like a patchouli absolute or something like that by, who was it that made a patchouli? Who was it that made that fragrance? Oh, okay. But it's also not quite strong as the patchouli in Giorgio for Men by Giorgio Beverly Hills, because that's like a patchouli bomb, in my opinion. It's not like that. This one's more like a toned down, clean patchouli. It's quite a transparent sort of patchouli note. Definitely not bad though. And in terms of the base notes, guys, styrax and benzoin. Overall, I guess in terms of the dry down, it just starts to smell like a vanilla. Kind of like a sweet amber vanilla dry down, which is probably my favourite part of the whole fragrance, if I'm honest. It dries down to something quite classy. Even though it starts out very generic, it starts off smelling a little bit casual, it does dry down to something quite classy and elegant, which I think is quite a nice transition. It's quite similar to this. Xerius Rouge by Givenchy. I wouldn't say it's completely the same, but there's a similar vibe. In fact, one of my favourite reviewers, Mark, the fragrance guru, I'll leave his link to his channel down below, very popular on YouTube. He's one of the first ever fragrance reviewers on YouTube. He reviewed this fragrance and he compares it to Xerius Rouge and he says that it's pretty much a carbon copy. I wouldn't personally say it's carbon. I think it's similar, but it's not exactly the same. And yeah, it's a good scent. Not totally amazing, but it's a scent that I think you should try out and give it a try. It's definitely what I like to call the casual sleeper. So it's a casual fragrance, but it's definitely hidden from the fragrance community. Not a lot of people are smelling this. Not a lot of people are owning it. I've seen a few reviews for it on YouTube, of course, but I think it should be a little bit more popular than it already is. So yes, do please check it out, guys. This is Hot Water by Davidoff. I really do hope you've enjoyed this review. Now, the last thing that I want to say before you guys get totally sick of my voice is I do have a few YouTuber mentions for you. Now, there are 3 guys here which I think really do deserve a bit of praise when it comes to their reviews and the fact that they do it just by enjoying to do it. They don't do it for any reason whatsoever, just the fact that they enjoy doing reviews. The first guy I want to tell you about is Sean, and his YouTube channel is called Sean's Place. I've already gave him a shout out, but he definitely still deserves a few more subscribers than what he has. Great guy. Not only does he review fragrances, but he puts up life stories. He's just a nice guy. He's one of the nicest guys I've ever met, honestly. The fact that he does not have much subscribers is terrible, and I think he definitely deserves more. So please, please, please check out his YouTube channel. I'll leave the link to his channel in the description. And the second guy I want to tell you about is Steven. Now, Steven is a little bit like me when it comes to fragrances. He likes sort of under-the-radar fragrances. He wears what he likes, and that's what I really like about him. He also likes to smell different clones, so if you're into clones and you want to find a fragrance that smells like a popular scent, Steven is the guy to go for. Seriously, he is a great reviewer and a really nice guy. And the last guy is actually a guy that I've only known about for a few days. My friend Matt Conkus, Mr. Matt C, actually told me about him, and I'm so glad he did. Ever since I checked out this guy, I absolutely love watching his videos. And his name is Your 2 Cents. Now, forgive me, I don't actually know what your real name is, so do forgive me. I absolutely love your channel, and I think anybody who is anybody will check out your channel and really enjoy it. You're a great reviewer, and I think you definitely deserve more subscribers and more praise for what you do. And it's the same for all of these guys, Please do check them out, guys. They really do deserve your support. Just like the support you guys are giving me, I'm giving it back to someone because I really do think these guys deserve it. So please do that. And thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you've enjoyed this review. This has been for Hot Water by Davidoff. It's a great fragrance. Do check it out. Well, it's not great, but it's good. That's all I'm going to say. It's a good fragrance that you really should check out if you can find it. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care of yourselves. Keep smelling good. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye for now.